What episode is this?
This is 170. Actually, I believe this is supposed to be 180, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I think
maybe.
this is 180.
Holy shit.
No, 179. That was we were at 179. I
Ah, preemptive.
preemptive. Let's change it back. There we go. All right. Hello. Hi, people. We are here.
Yes, we are here, Anthony.
Yes.
Tell the people what episode it is.
This is 179 as you see me come in. I'm not wearing a striped shirt. It's just the blinds. The way they look. That's the reason why it looks like that.
It's because there's sunshine in Cleveland.
Yes, for today and today only probably.
Oh, don't say that. It's
No.
summer now.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like summer, dude. It's been like it just finally reached 80 degrees.
Well, it's definitely summer in Las Vegas. It is the fucking blazes here
Yes.
every day.
Yes,
The
yes.
blazes. But, I live in an air conditioned home
Mm.
and there's a motherfucking pool. So there's really no need to complain about the heat. I can always do something about it. In fact, I was subjecting myself to heat already today. Like I saunaed after I lifted today.
Nice.
So like you can't complain about the heat and get into a sauna. Like like it's fucking hot outside. Let me go hit the sauna and torture myself.
It's hot, broski. That's the one thing I try to do during jiu-jitsu. Everybody's like, let's turn on the fan. I'm like, no, keep it off. Let the fog come in. You want to set off alarms. You want to short circuit electricity. You keep the fan off. You want that.
Let the boy watch.
Yes. Keep the
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that too.
Yeah, keep the steam. I'm not a big fan of like shutting off all AC, like at like 90-degree weather because it's like 110 in like a building. Because I've seen people like just drop to the ground and KO themselves. So I'm not okay with that. But it's like at like when it hits like 90, all right, fan comes on. 80, don't be a baby. Yeah.
I like your style. I like your style. So, what is crack-a-lackin', Anthony?
Not
What's
much.
going on in the streets of the MMA
The MMA
and the jiu-jitsu?
Well, I mean, if you can tell, there's been a lot of upsets in the world, like Lovato winning his first world title in Bellator, and what some
Yeah, honestly, I didn't see that coming. I mean, we talked about that fight.
yeah
I picked against him reluctantly. Like
yeah
I was like, oh, I don't want to see him lose, but I don't know how he's gonna do this. But he found a way. He made that shit work.
yeah
And so shout out to that guy. And that's a guy who is largely self-taught. Like he probably wouldn't say that,
yeah
right? But he's one of those dudes that was like trying to learn jiu-jitsu in Oklahoma like 15, 20 years ago. And there just weren't any black belts. Like everyone's so spoiled now with jiu-jitsu. Like the amount of black belts, like in Cleveland alone now, there's so many now because the schools are promoting them, right? So like when I first started jiu-jitsu, there were no black belts.
mm-hmm.
And so like we were a lot like Rafael, or Raphael, he's an American dude. We're a lot like that where you go to a seminar and get a video and just practice and look at like competition footage on fucking VHS
right
and try to learn these moves that the top guys were doing as they were doing them. Like shit is different now, but he represents that way of coming up. So it's cool to see a guy like that win a world title.
yeah
So shout out to that man. Even though I picked against you,
yes
I wanted you to win.
yes that happened. Let's see what else happened on that card. I'm trying to remember what. So I did try to watch some of these things. I did not watch the bare knuckle boxing, but I did see a lot of the highlights and did not look like it looked like the what everybody was talking about makes sense now about who's judging it. Like you have to figure out who's judging it. Like is it MMA
So
fans or I mean is it MMA judges or is it boxing judges?
yeah, he said he's never going to do it again, right, Paulie?
Yeah. But he got paid.
Did he?
It's supposedly 7 figures.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are they getting this money?
I have no idea, but these are all from like producers of like different what's it called different MMA outlets and boxing outlets that said 7 figures for what seems like he was paid for. There's no official
Okay.
payout yet, so we don't know for sure.
I mean, the reason why I ask where the money's coming from, it's like this is a new organization,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times these organizations come in and out of being relatively quickly. And one of the fastest ways to go out of business is to, like, even though everyone's always like, pay the fighters money, is to pay the fucking fighters money. Like, you start paying out real money, you better be bringing in something.
Right.
Like, I can't imagine that they paid out a 7-figure purse to Paulie, paid out whatever they paid out to Artem, and made money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Was the venue full?
Let me. From what I heard, I don't know for personally, but I know from other, like I said, other producers that they were saying that they was.
Okay, so
Yeah.
say they had a sold out show. I don't imagine that many people bought it on pay-per-view. Maybe they did. Maybe I'm wrong.
The other thing that was interesting is I believe at one point they had an issue with what's his name, beat GSP, but didn't actually beat him. He got the belt because GSP left. He hits really good. Johnny Hendricks. There you go.
Mm.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Johnny Hendricks had an issue with getting paid from them, and he was like shouting out like Boss Rutan. It could be for a totally different issue, but let me see. Johnny Hendricks pay.
Well, while you're looking that up, let me tell you something that's really, really important. I've done something. Can you see behind me?
You have put the flag up. Oh, you built yourself a frame.
That's right. I have a bed, a legit shoot bed that is not a mattress on the floor. You see that?
Nice. He's got.
That's a fucking bed, dude.
It's a frame. What kind of wood?
I just want to take that moment.
They buy you the extra sturdy wood, so if it's balsa wood, dude, you might as well just get some metal.
What are you implying?
Just get some metal. You should have got metal. That's all I'm saying. Metal. Just get something strong.
Reinforced steel.
It's mounted to the wall.
No, this thing is fucking sturdy as fuck.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I feel very safe.
Yeah, you're 100 pounds. Like, nobody cares.
Are you talking about me going up into weight classes and like into the absolute division?
I'm just saying, if you just add another 100-pound person, that's 200 pounds. That's just that right there is not what that bed holds right now. I'm just saying that you don't know the maximum support of that bed.
Well, strangely enough, I kind of sort of do.
Ah.
But so here's the story, right?
Okay.
Now you got a story out of me.
There you go.
So me and Casey go to IKEA,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the place is fucking massive.
Yeah.
Like massive. I can't. It's like it's an entire mall.
Have you ever been to a regular IKEA?
No.
Okay, then all right.
And so you have to weave through this maze to find all the things that you need, and then when you find all the things you need, they print out a sheet that like has those items, and they're kind of like in loading bays like Home Depot on a different floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and get those, and then you go to the checkout, right? So when we chose our bed and we found the lady to help us, the thing on the paper where it's like the price breakdown,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're going to need a bed support basically, right? Like you're going to have a bed and then a little support so you don't have to have a box spring. And this support is $50. And I'm like, all right, cool, it's $50. Like, and then I get over there to the lady and she's like, all right, you don't want the $50 one. The $50 one is for like kids, like teens. And I'm like, I'm kind of teen sized.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't need the most heavy duty. And she's like, well, if you're a grown man and you're going to do things that grown men do on that bed, then I suggest you buy the $90 one. And I was like, excuse you? Like did you just
question me?
Call me out like that in an IKEA? Like right now?
So
like, do you want to see the footage?
I'll take
Watch your fucking mouth.
So you'll be a part of the highlight reel. Let's go get this. Let's go this bed frame right now.
Somebody get this tripod and like wear some lights. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You motherfucker. Like, you watch your mouth. I hope you're listening.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I hope you're listening, IKEA lady. You watch your fucking mouth when you talk to me like that. That was dangerous talk. It was dangerous. So
exactly.
I decided that she was correct though.
Mm-hmm.
Although she came at me foul.
Yeah, you should have told her, like, hey, man, I'll put you up on the internet. I'll make sure your Swedish bosses know all about it.
I will not put it on the internet.
Well, just let her know.
I don't do that.
I understand that.
I don't
But
put things on the internet.
I agree, but I'm just saying you gotta let her know that the Swedish bosses will know about this.
But it could have gone down like that. Like
Yeah.
she didn't understand.
Yeah.
She didn't understand.
You gotta tell
So
her.
I was like, look, like I'm gonna get that $90 one because yes, I do things that grown men do occasionally.
There you go.
So I may need a bed that is sturdy
There you go.
and strong. And so she got my $90, and off we went. And we set out to build it. And like when we were building the beds, because we both got the exact same bed, right? Me and Casey is what I mean to say. Me and Casey both got the same bed. So we come home with our boxes, and I mean Casey has his girl here, right? I'm by myself, so I'm like, let's build your bed together, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that first, because it said like you don't want to do this by yourself,
Right?
Like, you want to do this with another person. So I helped him build a bed, and I was warned that it was going to be some huge ordeal.
Yeah.
That it was going to be like. So somebody texted me when I said I bought a bed. They were like, "Oh, cool. From where?" And I was like, "IKEA." They're like, "Oh, so you'll have a bed in like a week." And I was like, "How fucking dare you?
Yeah.
Show some fucking respect." That's the name of this episode. Show some fucking respect.
Show some respect.
So we go into his room and we assemble the bed with little trouble. Like it didn't take us very, very long. I would say it took us like 2 hours, right? Bed put together, done, solid. And then we look across the hall like, oh, do we want to do another one right now? And I'm like,
No.
like, let's not say we did. So I waited until last night, like yesterday evening, like maybe like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock or something like that. After we went and trained. Yeah, it was like 6 o'clock. It was after training. We put my bed together, and then we partied after that. Like, I might have a slight hangover, a teeny tiny baby one.
Did you leave your house?
Not really, no. Like,
Okay.
we picked up a friend from the airport, and then came home and drank beers by the pool and chilled out.
Nice.
But I had a lot of those beers.
That's always good.
It was good, except I kind of just like woke up on my bed this morning, right? Like I don't have like a beautiful memory of the first time I laid down because I was just like,
Just kind of just passed out. And it's okay.
I was just done. I was just dead to the world. But like tonight,
Get some quality sleep.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I was so excited. I'm so nerdy and dumb, but like really think about this. The entire time I've been in Vegas, so that's the end of February to the middle of June, I've been a mattress on the floor guy.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is.
And like you would think that being elevated wouldn't feel this good, but there's a reason I'm doing this podcast from my room today. It's because I want to lay in this bed and remember it. I want to lay in this bed and like make it mine. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like this is my bed now.
There you go.
I also did something else.
He got himself a TV.
I did.
With smart capabilities.
Just a little cheap guy. Yeah, it's a smart TV, but it's tiny, and I'm pleased. And my plan is to only like it's being set up right now. Actually, it's like saying that it's downloading shit and like whatever. I don't know, and that it'll restart on its own. Or, I don't know. I'm not paying attention, but I don't want to leave it out all the time. Like I don't want to have like the TV dominate my room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I was onto something with no screens in my room policy. And I want to keep enforcing that. But I also recognize that there's times where I want to play like nerdy video games. Like, those like those little units you can buy that have like 600 Nintendo games on it.
You want to play those?
I got one of those.
Nice.
I snagged it at the mall from a cute girl. She seduced me into buying it. But I was like, fuck, it's got Galaga on it. It's got Mario Brothers. I'm already sold, basically. And then she was like, oh, it's got all the Ninja Turtle games.
There you go.
And all the Double Dragons.
There you go.
And all the Contras. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, this is incredible. It's asking me in what room my TV is located. Isn't that weird?
I think it thinks you're gonna have other TVs connected to it or some smart device. It's the future, man. You can talk to your TV from a different room. Tell it to shut itself up.
Wow. Yeah, it said, when casting to this TV, please refer to it as a bedroom TV.
Yes. So, I figured out the news. So yes, he did. They did. Jimi Hendrix did not get paid for a bit. His literal quotes were, or I mean, his quotes were. I wouldn't say literal because it's redundant, but
His literal words were.
yeah, he tells me. He says, hey, he's basically, next thing I know, I come home and he tells me, hey, he's talking about the promotion owner, don't cash it until Friday. And Johnny's like, I went and cashed it and it bounced. And at that point, I called him up for 3 months. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's going on. And at this point, if I saw him, I'd be very pissed. So basically, Johnny Hendrix didn't get paid. This was actually like maybe a month ago this happened. That he still hasn't gotten paid from his 2018 the World BKFF.
But I feel like these things happen all the fucking time, man.
Yeah.
Like, these things happen. And this is what I mean. Like, when there's a new promotion and they're like, we're going to pay the athletes. Like, with what fucking money? Like, there has to be money there. Like, the argument like that you should pay the fighters in the UFC is a valid argument because there's money there. Like, they built it up over years and years and years, right? So there's money there. So
right.
Give the fighters some fucking money. But bare knuckle, saying they're paying out 7-figure fucking purses, it's like, oh, word? Okay. Like, do you know what's going to happen? You're going to do your last show sometime soon. If that's the way you're going to do shit. Like, you're going to do your last show sometime soon. It's just the way it is.
Did I miss?
Is that dark? Is that bleak?
Did I misspeak?
Am I a dick?
No, did I misspeak? I feel like I might have misspoke.
What do you mean?
WBKFF is different than BKFC. Yeah, so this is two different organizations.
Okay, so there's bare knuckle fighting.
And World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is weird because Chris Lieben was on both of them. Okay, yeah, so there's two different ones. So there's two different ones, yeah. So basically...
Chris just trying to get checks. He's just trying to get paid.
Yeah, so...
Punch motherfuckers.
WBKFF is illegitimate organization where Chris Lieben had to sue them for $90,000 of unpaid salaries. And BKFC is legitimate and is the one what Paulie fought on. So I stand corrected. Or sit.
Yeah, that's how you should stand.
Sitting.
You sit corrected.
Squat corrected.
That's exactly what you do. You sit there and you be corrected.
Yes. So who knows? Maybe they
show respect at all times.
They might have some crazy sponsorships. So who knows?
That's true.
And it was in Florida. So.
Oh yes, a Florida company. A Florida company.
There you go. So there's that too.
That's funny.
Yes. And then the other things that happened was Korean Zombie just fucking beat the poop out of that dude. He said, "Hey, I don't care about what you. I don't care what they call you." He said, "I'm the zombie. I'm looking for brains and blood."
Dude, he's a scary guy.
Yeah.
He's a scary guy. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I feel like I was doing something else, and it was important. I think we were cooking. Oh no! You know what? We were assembling our grill.
There you go.
We have a grill. It's summertime, dog.
What kind of grill? Is it
like a propane gimmick.
A queer
it's
oven.
Like
a queer oven grill. Is that what you call them over there? You queer oven grill. You queer oven grills. You queer oven. That's the.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Man, that's what they call them. It's them queer ovens. And gas
Who
joints.
calls them that?
It's like it's basically what people call that's what grill enthusiasts call them. They call propane grills queer ovens.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, apparently Jess doesn't like the taste of charcoal. And so they were like not getting a charcoal grill. Because like the grill that I bought when I was still in Ohio is the old school Weber kettle grill.
Yes. And
I just wanted to learn how to grill on that because it was the grill that my dad had growing up, you know? I think that's how people do it. I think people are just imitating their favorite memories of barbecue, right? And so my favorite memories of barbecue are the fucking grill in the driveway and my dad making food.
Yeah.
Right? And it was always that fucking big-ass Weber kettle grill. That was always the one. And then Grandma Judy had a barrel one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's like the different shapes.
Yeah.
But ours is kind of like a barrel. It's not a kettle. It's kind of like a barrel, but yeah, it is the propane guy. So if that's a problem for some people, if they're like, that's not the pure way.
It's okay, man. Whatever you gotta do.
Purity is for losers. You know, like
You guys,
you got to get your food made.
you guys are that Hank Hill propane and propane accessories bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Taste the meat, not the heat.
We're trying to make sure that we get that guy a way to feed his family.
Exactly.
You know, what's Hank Hill gonna do if we go to straight up fucking? What do people want to do? Like I think like a purist, like a true purist, would be like, you've got to wake up at 3 a.m. and you got to start making your coals. You got to light the fire and make coals. So that's gonna take you a good 6 hours.
Yeah.
You know, like just to make your fire. And it's like, wait a second, dude. I was hungry 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
That's why I had the idea to cook.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this to me?
Some people have
No.
a ritual.
I do love slow cooked brisket.
See.
I just don't want it cooking anywhere near me
Why?
because I want it now.
What if nobody should tell you about it then? They should just do it, and then like you just like what's that smell? And they just put like a cone on you, so you can't like really look around too much. So they just keep
Like a dog home
Yeah.
from the vet.
or they just grab you by the back of your pants and then run around in a circle, so that way you'll never ever be able to get get to the grill.
That's insane.
That's a good move to do. Just grab somebody, like if you wear a backpack or a belt, so they should do just grab you by the back of your pelt and run in the opposite direction until the food's ready. And
It's safer for all parties involved that I just go to a fucking barbecue joint where they've already done the 16 hours it takes to make the meat that I want to eat.
right.
You know, like I think that's the best case scenario. Like it keeps everybody safe, including me.
I think the best case scenario is just to do it and then not tell you about it, and then just eat it in front of you. And then
How is that even possible?
'Cause
You can't just like you can't barbecue for fucking 14 hours without me noticing.
I'm just gonna be like, "What are you doing? I'm cleaning the grill." That's all I'll just tell you is I'm cleaning the grill.
It doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
just cleaning it.
I'm worried about you.
You got to deep clean the grill. You don't understand the grease that's in there. You need to get it off by long, high temperatures.
It's the only way.
That's the only way. And yes, I'm putting some seasoning in there that smells like brisket. It's okay. You'll be fine. It's just
Oh my
it's
goodness.
a trick. But yeah, so all that stuff happened this weekend, and all the stuff that is happening this weekend, this upcoming weekend, like Ngannou
Oh yeah, heavyweights.
versus JDS.
Yeah.
I don't believe in your jujitsu, JDS.
Is that happening here in Vegas? Is that in Vegas?
No, it's in Minneapolis.
Damn it.
Minneapolis. But
You know what I might start doing though? For
Go,
real?
go tonight. It's available.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
going to the Contender Series and watching those fights. I don't know if I'm gonna go today. I might. We might be going to dinner or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that might be my Tuesday. My Tuesdays might be like lift in the morning and shit, and like sauna and whatever. Go for a swim, all that, and then yeah, I've been swimming like a fucking fish out here. And,
Michael Phelps, watch out.
I know, right? We both smoke weed. He should come and coach me.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta tell you something else that's crazy today.
What happened?
I'll tell you. But where was I?
Swimming, dinner.
Yeah, swimming, dinner. Oh right, all right. Like, but yeah, the Contender Series might be like my Tuesday activity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some super super funny and wild shit happened today.
Okay.
So we get to the fucking PI,
Mm-hmm.
and me and Casey walk into the locker room, and I'm like, dog, I do not want to do this, but we're doing this. Like, I'm lifting.
Yeah.
Like, that's happening. But, like, I don't want to. Am I alone? He's like, no, I don't want to either, but I'm lifting too. Like, we're working out. They're cool. So me and Casey get on the treadmill and do a walk for the warm-up, and then we did my lift. Again, while we're lifting, I get Casey gets a text, and he's like, dude, Jess is about to go meet Halle Berry right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, Halle motherfucking Berry? No. We found out when we were in the sauna.
Mm-hmm.
And so I come out of the sauna, and I'm laying on the ground, and I see a cameraman walk into like my eye line,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm wearing tights, right? I'm literally only wearing tights. I'm sweaty from the sauna. It's just a show
Just a dick out.
down below. It's just a show down below, and I'm like, man, I'm not really trying to give Halle Berry the show.
Yeah.
Like, that's not really like the look I'm trying to have right now.
Mhm.
But I didn't come into this sauna thinking that maybe Halle Berry walking in here.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's gonna happen right now. So I kind of like I try to act like it's not a big deal that like she's in the room, and
Yeah.
I literally can't see her yet
Yeah.
because my glasses aren't on,
Right.
right? And so I'm like, all right, at least I can't see her.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Because I like that actually. It makes me feel more comfortable. And so I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just go grab my stuff and I'll wrap that towel around me and then I'll sit and I'll get in the hot tub when they leave.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kind of stand there for a while and I'm like, man, I got to get in this hot tub. So I just dropped the towel, walked into the hot tub and sat down and hoped that Halle Berry didn't look.
Yes.
But at the same time,
You hope she did.
I hope she did.
Yeah.
But I also hope she didn't. Like, I was not in the mood to be seen by a beautiful celebrity. But
Did you do what
apparently
you always
she loves the fuck out of Jess. Jess was in a meeting with her for like over an hour today,
do? Yeah.
and she loves Jess. And I mean, she's from fucking Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Bedford, you know. So there's that connection. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe Halle Berry is our new friend. Who knows?
Maybe
That would be hilarious.
Maybe.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if like Jess just becomes best friends with Halle Berry?
I wouldn't say it would be hilarious. It would be like
It would be. That would be hilarious.
It'd be interesting. You'd be like, it makes sense. I mean, she already has her foot kind of dipped in the MMA world as it is.
Does she?
Yeah, she's like cool with Brian Ortega.
Oh right.
Yeah,
yes.
they're doing movies together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Movies.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Movies. I was just expecting to hear a story, but expecting you to seize the moment like you always do, and just take my time to be me.
Just be like,
Take my time
"Sup,
to be.
Halle Berry?"
Not even like that. No. So, my face is so perfect all the time, blocks all sexual deviance, all the time. It's perfect. It's like I'm like a censor for myself. It's a censor for you. It's amazing.
Yes. It's like I planned that, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
It was spontaneous.
I even showed you the screen. Other MMA news.
Look.
What?
I'm just saying, when we're sitting in the PI,
Yeah.
and this is just real talk,
Yeah.
like, there are people who are as beautiful as any celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying anything negative right now. I'm just saying, like, people look at celebrities like they're magic.
Yeah.
And so that makes them prettier than everybody else, but they just look like people. And, like, there's some people walking around that motherfucking building that make me want to shoot myself in the face. Like, that's like, like my theory about like a woman and like how they make me feel. And like, I think this is how everybody feels, but it's like a really beautiful woman looking at me. I feel like she can see everything that's wrong with me. Like, oh, she knows. Like she's so pretty that she knows. Like she can see inside. She's magic. Like she can see the magic things inside, and she knows. She knows that I'm not actualized yet. Oh, she knows. Like you just feel so exposed. But I didn't feel super exposed with Miss Berry. I feel more exposed every day with other people that aren't famous in any way.
You know what's funny? I think you might have. I think there's a problem with the route you went in life with women, where now you hit like this. There's like a peak that you've never tried to like cross over consistently, and that's the reason why you feel like that. Like there's a saying that like you gotta you start like my dad said you start off slow and work your way up. There's the rankings of attractive women, and I agree with that at some point. But if you already are at a certain level, you should play beyond your league. You should be playing if you're still playing like T-ball and there's people in the MLB, you sometimes gotta figure it out so you can make it into the AAA division. So like you gotta talk to those people all the time, so that way you hit in the AA, AAA leagues.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anthony.
I think the lane you went is like it worked out for you in a lot of directions, but in terms of like getting like the genetic lottery that you want to have happen in your life, I think you might shot yourself in the foot for that one.
Sir.
I'm just saying.
Genetic lottery?
Genetic lottery. Who doesn't want? It's for the kids. It's not for me. Let's not be selfish here. It's not about you. It's about your children. That's what you're concerned about.
You know what? It's really funny is I saw a woman. We were coming out of the Walmart, and she was walking with like a family,
Mhm.
and she's probably like 6'2", and she's gorgeous, and like she's not skinny,
Mm-hmm.
but like she wouldn't be called thick either.
Yeah.
She had like an athletic build, right? And I was like, see, like me and that lady make people, then we can retire because they'll be in the fucking NFL or something crazy.
See?
Like
See, I'm just saying.
she was like a beautiful Viking. Like I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to tell you, you got to swing, as they say, swing for the fences.
I understand the words you are saying,
Yes.
and I will take that into consideration in the future.
I mean, so give it a shot every once in a while.
I'm gonna swing for the fences.
Let's see other news that's going on. There's a bunch of fights being made. Kobe versus who is it? Kobe versus Robbie Lawler will be in Newark. I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be like number one contender or whatever it is, but that's gonna happen.
Okay.
Usman is not gonna fight until November and is looking at Ben. So he's avoiding Covington, but he's looking for either Ben or Lawler. He's not interested in what Colby.
What do you mean he's not interested in fighting Colby? He doesn't want to make money with Colby?
He's basically like saying like, yeah, like I'm not interested. He's been stated many times saying that he would rather fight Ben Askren than fight Colby just to deny him of the belt.
I mean, you don't get to like deny people out of spite. You don't get to do that.
Right.
Like it's not pro wrestling. You can't be like, nah, bro, we're not doing business. It's like, you know what? Like you're not doing business.
Well,
like if the UFC wants that fight, they could just fucking strip you.
They could, but the thing is, they must be going along with it because they already signed. Like I said, they got Colby spotted up.
It doesn't mean they're going along with anything.
Right.
That just means that they see other options.
Yeah.
If Colby put them in a position where there were no fucking reasonable options, right? Like say he beats Lawler.
Yeah.
Say he fucks Robbie Lawler up.
Right.
And then say whoever, Kamaru or Marty, whatever the fuck you want to call him, whenever he beats Askren next, right? Say he beats him, right? In motherfucking February or March, you're going to be fighting Colby.
Yeah.
Like, so all he has to do is win in dramatic fashion, or really just win. And he puts that guy in a position where he's going to have to fight him.
Yeah.
And maybe he's just saying that to try to draw more money to it later on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, he's got a very smart manager. Like, Kamaru is managed by Ali.
Yeah.
And people are very critical of him for a number of reasons. But, like, the athletes that are with him fucking love him. So that says a lot to me.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, you can put anybody in a position where they're going to say wild shit in an interview, and then the general public forms their opinion about somebody motherfucking people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he does a lot of motherfucking people. Like, he does that.
Yeah.
But he must be working his ass off for these people because they would fucking jump in front of traffic for this motherfucker.
Right.
Like, they love him. So, and he's a smart dude. So maybe he's like, yo, fuck Colby. I'm not fighting him. Colby Covington has to prove himself, or he says some bullshit, right? But, like, all that does is push the fight back and give more time for it to build and the feud and the rivalry to start to have more relevance. Because right now it's not a very relevant feud, in my opinion. Like, I haven't even thought about the welterweight division since Tyron dropped the belt.
Right.
No bullshit.
That's my point, though.
Like, forgot that Kamaru Usman was champion.
Exactly. Like,
fucking forgot. Real life.
There's no drama.
Forgot.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing going on right now that's exciting about it.
So I think it would be a good idea for Marty to fight either Ben or fucking Colby or Robbie. I mean, those are three 3 barn burner fights, one way or another. Like, Ben will talk a lot of shit. Robbie is just hell on wheels. Robbie just fights to the death.
Right.
And Colby Covington, that matchup is interesting. It's
Yeah.
an interesting matchup. They're both wrestlers.
They both have the same
Their
style.
striking is evolving.
Right.
Yeah.
They have the
So-
same style and pacing for matches where they just overwhelm dudes with continuous takedowns and striking until they
But
break.
let's all say the racist things. Like, and I'm only kidding. It's not truly racist, but they sound racist. Like, Kamaru Usman is explosive as fuck.
Yeah, he is.
He really is.
He is.
And when all things are equal, I think the better athlete tends to win. And I think in this case, all things are equal because there's always that. Here's some more racist shit. There's those black dudes that fucking gas out and quit.
Yeah,
And Marty ain't like that.
right.
Marty here for this.
But the
Marty
mind
here.
games, the mind games. Hey, Chael Sonn's retired. He might be writing playbooks for, Kobe.
He's not bored. He has a lot of shit to do. I don't think he has time to write material for other fighters.
I think for Kobe, he might draw an exception. Like, hey, little boy, come over here. I'll teach you some things.
I mean, he really needs some help. Like, Colby's gimmick sucks. And the only reason it works is because no one else has a fucking gimmick.
Right. Right.
Like, he's like the winner by default.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
he won by forfeit.
Nobody else.
Nobody else in the game is playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody else is interesting at all. All right. Let's see.
I mean, let's go back and say that again.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
Everybody did.
that Marty Usman, Kamaru Usman, was the fucking world champion. I forgot. That's fucking crazy. Like, that's somebody's fault. Like, I don't know if it's the UFC's fault or if it's Kamaru's fault, but that's somebody's fault. Like, how did I forget that? Like, why isn't that weight class isn't even in the news right now?
Right. Like, and yeah, the last things you hear about it is mostly like Nate Diaz. Like Anthony Pettis and Nate Diaz were probably like the most like.
And they're not even fucking welterweights, and they're nowhere near a title.
Right. Like, that's the most exciting thing you hear about this division.
So that's where the game is, though. The game is matchups and fucking star power. The game is not who has the belt.
Not necessarily.
It's just not.
Right, not necessarily.
It's just not. The belt can help you.
The belt can help
The
you.
belt can help you.
Right.
But it is not the game, man.
Yeah.
Like I it sounds convenient as fuck to say this, right? Because we just had a loss and shit, and it's like, well, the belt's not that important. Like, well, it was pretty motherfucking important 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Right.
Like, like I'm not saying like this is like superposition, right? These two ideas can exist at the same time in different spaces. Okay, like the belt's totally important, and it's totally not because you are a professional fighter, but you do not have to be a professional winner. Like, you have to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And what draws money is star power, not belts. What fills up arenas and fucking sells pay-per-views are people who are engaged with an audience and an audience who feels compelled to watch everything this person does. When you have that, you have lightning in a bottle and you don't need a belt.
Right.
And like a guy like Nate Diaz has that. Nate Diaz has people who will watch him fight anyone because they want to see what Nate Diaz is going to do. He didn't need a belt. And like, it's funny that he was like, I already beat these champions. Like his gimmick right now is so great. Like, I'm going up to this weight class because I already beat your champions.
I
Like,
own that division.
I already beat them twice.
I own that division.
Yeah.
I run
So
it.
I'm leaving. Like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, respect. I love that guy. But yeah, dude, like, that's the game. The game is connect to the audience and then make it so that once you are connected to them, they are compelled to watch every and anything you do. Like, I mean, fuck, look at Connor, dude. Like, that dude doesn't have to do shit right now if he doesn't want to.
Right.
Doesn't have to do shit. And how did he do it? How did he do it? He made himself relevant.
By talking.
And like, there was a thing that got released on, I think it was in my Twitter feed, and I wonder if it's accurate or not. But it put Justin Gaethje's first 5 fights in the UFC
Mm-hmm.
and Conor McGregor's first 5 fights in the UFC and what they made, right? How much money was earned inside the cage. And it's almost double in Gaethje's favor. Now, consider that when Conor was first fighting, this is before the UFC was sold,
Right.
right? And he was still an up-and-coming guy.
Are
When
they
Gaethje came to the UFC,
are they specifically talking about UFC fights?
yes,
Okay.
their first 5 UFC
So
fights.
Gaethje's UFC.
But it's because the way that Conor made his money is much more diverse. Conor made his money, like his money in that fucking boxing ring with Floyd. And he did that because he had built a character that would allow him to have that moment. Nobody else could do that, man. Nobody else could do that. Nobody else was in a position to make that fucking money. Him and Floyd invented that money. They just invented it. It's fucking amazing. And that's what everybody should be trying to do. Should be trying to invent money. Like, winning fights is great. Prepare to win. But man, like, I don't know anything about management or any of that shit. Like, I don't know how things are done. But I feel like maybe people are missing the boat on that in general. That everybody's focused on fight, and not cash. And like, except for the people that are. And they seem to be making money,
Let's see.
you know?
Okay. All right. First fight, 300K. First fight, 76K.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was significantly. Yeah, it's way higher.
It's way higher. So it's
Yeah.
like, so Conor didn't make his money in the fucking UFC octagon. Like, not initially.
No.
He was making money being himself, you know,
Yeah.
and blowing himself up into a huge character so that he could one day cash in huge. And that's what I want for any fighter. That should be the goal. Like, winning a belt's great, but like being able to take care of your grandkids because you got punched in the face would be better.
That is a good point.
Anthony,
Darren.
do you have any weird news?
Yes. Suspected meth lab in East Las Vegas home. Actually, a giant cat box.
What?
Yeah, when a woman arrived at a Sunrise Hospital and Medical Center early Monday with chemical exposure symptoms, police thought they might have a methamphetamine manufacturing situation at an East Las Vegas home. So they came,
Well, she was just huffing cat pee accidentally.
yeah, basically, yeah, exactly, with feces,
How many cats?
urine, and rotting food.
How many cats?
They did not tell. They did not give us any details on that, on the number of cats
Okay.
living there, or the condition of the woman's home. But I'm guessing what happened is that most likely it's just like all the urine. That's just like she's a disgusting.
She's probably a hoarder or a shut-in.
Yeah, disgusting person.
Right. A severe agoraphobe or some shit like that. You can't leave the house, and now you got like these fucking cats, and now they've taken over.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day you're just like, I can't breathe. That's fucked up.
That's
How dare you find this story in Vegas?
I did.
That sounds like some Florida shit.
It does. But it's
I bet that
not.
woman's from Florida.
Yeah, we don't know. There's also the Hugh Hefner FBI file, which is not that interesting as much as it sounds like. The FBI were watching him for a while, but it was just basically because he was around when like Jesus was around and porno wasn't cool back then. So that's a quick one.
Not just that. I mean, he was an extremely influential person.
Yeah, but they were specifically trying to catch him on like seeing if he was distributing porn across state lines.
Oh, they tried to go after him.
Yeah, tried to go after him for a bit because they were worried. But the real story.
But what a stupid thing to go after people for.
It was like it was in the 50s, dude. They didn't know any better. They didn't have any television. They barely had television.
No. I just mean like the idea of it being shipped over state lines. Like people have gotten put in prison in modern times. Max Hardcore went to jail for that.
Yeah, but still, that still was when we didn't know much about nothing. You know how many people knew what a cream pie was back in Max Hardcore times?
Anthony.
So it's a delicious dessert. What are you talking about, man? You can buy those at the
Oh my God.
store.
For some, it still is.
Yeah, exactly.
For
I'm just
somebody, it
saying.
really is.
I'm just
For
saying.
somebody, they're like, oh yeah.
Not a lot of people like they don't like having an airtight scene. Nobody knows about that. Nobody knows what that
Anthony.
language is.
Anthony, my
Darren,
virgin ears.
your virgin ears. But what is interesting?
I don't know what you're talking about. Airtight,
Airtight. Hey man.
sir.
But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this guy found a man naked in his 40s, roaming through the streets with blood and cuts all over him.
I mean, naked dudes are often bloody.
Right. And
So, what was his explanation?
he's just been yelling out that he's been tortured. I've been tortured. And like the guy was naked, had cuts all over him, blood was coming off of him everywhere. That he had been a block away, and then when they showed up to the place where he was at, no one was there. So they're trying to figure out what happened to this man. They're like, they have no idea. Like this man's just walking like just blocks and blocks, knocking on people's doors. Help me.
What?
Help me. And nobody's like, I'm so cool on this. They don't even call the police. They just like close the door.
What?
Yeah. It was a while before this dude got like help, but yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
All right, so this is a horror movie.
It's kind of is. It's kind of fucked up.
This is like
Where
all
is-
right,
where is
one of
this?
my favorite horror movies is this movie called Martyrs.
Oh, this is in Australia, so it's expected for it to happen here.
And it's about people getting kidnapped and tortured. That's all I'm gonna say, right? And the image of like running down the street, like covered in blood, and like moving awkwardly because you've been beaten
Mm-hmm.
and depleted,
Yeah.
and like begging for help and screaming, and to have no one fucking help you. That's so dark.
Yes. Yes, it is.
But I think if that's a female, they get more help.
Yeah, they would.
People don't want to let a strange man into their home. They just don't want to.
I agree.
Like, because the amount of things that could happen. This is just like, now people are gonna be like, this is sexist. But like the amount of things that could happen are just, there's just more things. There's too many variables. Like, I'm not letting a fully grown man into my house who I do not know under duress. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Now, I would call the police immediately if I saw a naked man running and bleeding. I would call the police
I would too.
because that dude needs some help one way or another. Like, that dude needs some help. Someone needs to assist that man, and it is beyond my capacity to assist him.
Yeah.
So I will call upon what they call an authority,
Mhm.
the authorities. I'll call the authorities and see what they can do about it.
Yeah, give him a salt bath. Help him out. Do whatever you can do to help him. Clean those cuts out for him.
He must have been on them bath salts. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
And bath salts. He needs a salt bath. Whatever. It's all right. He'll be fine. He'll be good to go.
He will be. With any luck,
Yeah.
he'll be all right. Those cuts will heal,
Hopefully,
and that Australian man will be saved.
Yeah. Hopefully, none of his.
Did they
none of his
actually
pee-pee.
get him yet? Like,
They got him. Yeah, they
he's
got
safe
him.
now?
Yeah, he's safe. They don't know what they're still trying to figure it out, but hopefully none of his pee because that's gonna burn.
oh, Anthony,
Gotta be considerate. You gotta think about the important things of life.
you went cream pie, you went salt and pea. Going
Yeah.
so hard.
Airtight. Remember that too. Airtight.
Anthony, you show some fucking respect.
I did. I will show some respect. Show some respect. And with that,
All right,
people,
sir. I am gonna take a nap.
There you go.
I'm gonna finish this joint. I'm gonna play Galaga first. I'm gonna plug in Galaga to my new television.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you have the little Shinobi game, the little ninja game that they used to have for Sega back in the day? Where you gotta run around.
Oh. No. I don't have Shinobi
Yes.
because Shinobi was a Sega game, and
Oh.
all I have are Nintendo games.
Ah, gotcha.
But I'd be a lying motherfucker if I told you I didn't have Ninja Gaiden and all the
Ooh.
fucking other Ninja Gaiden games. Oh. Ooh. And like, I posted this on my Instagram. There was a game called Kung Fu for the 8-bit Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, you have to fight Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Mr. X is a bad motherfucker. You gotta be ready for him. You can't even fuck around.
Does he got
Like,
like
you
a-
gotta train for Mr. X.
Is he like Speed Racer guy, like Mr. X?
I don't even remember what the motherfucker looks like
Let's look
because
it up.
I haven't seen him in so long.
Let's look it up.
I
real
tried to
quick.
play that game today.
Mr.
I mean, like a couple days ago.
Mr.
I tried
X.
to play it.
From what is it called?
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Don't show me. Don't show me.
I
You son of
wanna
a
see-
bitch.
Oh man, he's sinister.
I mean, I bet he is.
He's sinister.
But give me some time. I'm gonna fuck him up.
He actually
So,
kind of looks like a Chad. He looks like a cool guy.
like a Chad.
He looks like a Chad. You could definitely tell he's like Chad. He's too
This
cool.
motherfucker a straight Chad.
Yeah, he's a straight Chad. He's got
Out here with a pop collar on his polo.
yeah, but he's got
Chatting it up.
he's got a little bit of a big nose, so he might be Jewish. So there's that.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just pointing
Anthony.
it out. He could be Jewish. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being
Or
Jewish.
Italian or black.
No,
They have
he's,
big noses
he's
too.
definitely not black. He's definitely not black.
Native Americans have big noses.
He's definitely not Native American. He's definitely some type of Italian or Italian.
He's a man of mystery. He's Mr. X.
No, he's not. I can see his face. He's got more distinguishing features than the main character. That's messed up. And this dude's trying to get his wife too. Why does every video game end with some dude trying to get his wife or get some girl
Oh yeah.
tied up? Help
You
me,
gotta rescue, dude.
Sylvia.
Oh yeah, that's what happens.
Sylvia, save Sylvia from
They kidnap Sylvia.
Mr. XXXX.
Oh no.
No, I'm not saying it like I mean it like sexual. I was just saying like Mr. Like it's the echo like Mr. X.
Anthony.
Yes,
Anthony. Everything is super dirty today.
I didn't mean it to be
Everything.
like that. That was actually
It's fine.
It's
fine.
It was a shoot.
I'm already cleansed. I've been showered and saunaed
Mhm.
and showered again.
Yeah.
You know, so like
Now you
all
don't.
your dirty talk goes right off my smooth skin. It goes right off.
Shake it off.
You gotta stay moist out here in the fucking desert, dog.
Exactly.
My skin is soft as fuck. I use so much Lotion.
Losh, condish, the oils, essentials, everything you need to keep your skin
Oh my
nice
God.
and protected from all types of diseases. Dry skin, flaky skin, ringworm.
Are those diseases?
Those are diseases. They can lead to other diseases. Flaky skin, ringworm, staph infection, vertigo.
Oh no.
Vitiligo. What is that? Was that thing you get on your face? Is that vertigo or whatever it is? Or impetigo? There you go, impetigo. I don't know.
That's the shit you get on your face.
Yeah, it's like there. Yeah, all I remember the last time I remember about that disease is one of the first times I ever watched like college wrestling on TV. There was somebody's mother whose like son was like in the finals, and the girlfriend's dad at the time said like that lady has like that skin disease on her face. You could just tell like she looks like she has that like 'cause she's such a momo. She just looks like a
Like a Momo.
that's what she looked like though.
Shout out to Joey Diaz.
Shout out to Joey Diaz. But he did say she looks like she's like that. And with that, goodbye, Internet. XOXO. I love you. Jiu-jitsu and all that for the world. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Internet.